This is the RERIGHT Intelligence Briefing. Today, 10 stories shaping artificial intelligence and how they connect. OpenAI's head of safety systems is leaving the company. Johannes Heidecke resigned following a reorganization that merged safety and research teams. His exit marks the latest leadership change at the artificial intelligence startup. The move raises questions about how safety will be managed going forward. OpenAI faces scrutiny over whether safety remains central to its operations. Three AI giants are shifting strategy to compete on price, not just performance. OpenAI, Meta, and SpaceX are racing to build cheaper AI models. Business customers are demanding better value from their AI investments. The competition centers on delivering comparable performance at lower computational costs. The question now is which company can deliver the best value without sacrificing capability. Link Alpha has raised $22 million to build AI intelligence tools for institutional investors. The New York startup closed its Series A round with backing from major venture firms across Asia. But Link Alpha enters a market where most AI pilots fail to progress beyond their initial phases. The question now is whether this funding and approach can break the pattern. Success will depend on whether Link Alpha can deliver results where others have stalled. South Korea is making its boldest bet yet on artificial intelligence. The government announced a record budget exceeding $530 billion for fiscal 2027. Surging tax revenues from the AI chip industry are funding major investments in semiconductors and data centers. The move signals South Korea's commitment to leading the global AI infrastructure race. The question now is whether this investment will cement the country's position in the AI economy. South Korea is betting big on artificial intelligence and semiconductors. The nation just announced its largest budget ever at over $500 billion for 2027. The windfall comes from booming tax revenues in the AI chip sector. But the government must balance growth with spending cuts to make the numbers work. The question now is whether this AI-driven revenue boom can hold. Microsoft's CEO has identified a critical paradox facing every business entering the AI age. Satya Nadella calls it the reverse information paradox, the need to use AI without compromising what makes you unique. Companies must establish trust boundaries between their human capital and token capital to protect proprietary knowledge. The balance between utilizing intelligent systems and protecting organizational assets is now essential for survival. The question is whether enterprises can master this paradox before their competitors do. Forthright Securities, a digital native brokerage, is anchoring a next-generation AI hub in Hong Kong. The move marks the firm's integration of artificial intelligence with traditional brokerage operations. Hong Kong's financial landscape is maturing as the line between virtual platforms and physical wealth management continues to blur. The expansion reflects a broader shift in how brokerages operate in the city's growing fintech ecosystem. The question now is whether this hybrid model becomes the standard for digital brokerages across Asia. Across Asia, companies are racing to deploy artificial intelligence and intelligent automation. Budgets are moving and pilots are launching, but teams report results falling short of expectations. The issue? Organizations are automating existing processes without first addressing the underlying operational problems. Automating a broken process does not make it intelligent, it scales the dysfunction. The question now is whether companies will step back to fix their foundations before investing further in AI. Anthropic's CEO lobbied Australian officials on copyright law while the company considered a major investment in the country. Briefing notes released Monday show Dario Amodei requested meetings to discuss barriers to AI training related to copyright. The effort highlights how AI companies are seeking to influence policy in countries where they plan to expand. The timing raises questions about the relationship between corporate lobbying and investment strategy. As AI companies expand globally, the pattern of policy influence during investment decisions may draw closer regulatory attention. A blistering rally in Asian chipmakers has prompted investors to take profits. TSMC, SK Hynix, and Samsung Electronics are seeing reduced investor positions. Together, these three companies account for nearly a third of the MSCI Emerging Markets Index. Analysts cite valuation concerns and potential market saturation as reasons for the pullback. The question now is whether this retreat signals a broader shift in emerging market sentiment. That's today's briefing. Explore every story and how they connect on the neural web at rewrite.io. This was Rewrite.